Yo, what's up? We're the physics squad. This is my bro Inertia, and I'm Wavelength. And we're gonna teach you some physics.
Now this is a story all about how Isaac Newton turned the physics laws upside down. There are 3 laws, so just sit right there.
And we'll teach you about them and why you should care. There is some vocab you can learn real fast. Acceleration, force, equilibrium, and mass. Turning, speeding up, and slowing down are ways to accelerate and get around.
A push and a pull are examples of force. They always cause Audrey to stray off their course. Equilibrium is when a system is balanced. There are 2 types, static and dynamic. Static is when there's no movement at all. Dynamic is when an object goes AWOL.
Mass and weight are different, you see. Just look at things around you and me. Weight is pull of gravity, and mass is the amount of matter in an object.
Like we said before, Newton has 3 laws, and for all of them, force is the main cause. Wavelength?
Yeah?
What is the first law?
An object in motion stays in motion. When an object is at rest, it stays at rest.
Unless acted on by a greater force than 0.
The second law is math, you know. Acceleration equals net force over mass. It sounds hard, but it's really not. So let's break it down and see what inertia's got. Net force is the difference between 2 forces in the opposite direction.
Net force is the difference between 2 forces in an opposite direction.
The third law is for every force there is an opposite one. Think A acts on B, and B acts on A. Inertia?
Yeah?
List of special forces.
Weight, normal, friction, and tension.
Like we said before, weight is the pull of gravity, and the symbol for it is Fg. It pulls you down to the center of the earth. Without it, we'd be floating from birth.
Normal force is a support. A chair, a couch are examples of this. Always perpendicular to the surface.
Friction opposes motion. It is always is against and points in that direction. Like equilibrium, there are 2 friction forces, kinetic and static.
Static is when friction is greater than the applied force, and kinetic keeps you from moving when you're already in motion.
Although, there's a coefficient of friction.
Called what?
Called mu. It shows the relationship between the force of friction in 2 objects.
Tension is the last force you need to know. It's a force along a rope, a pulling force. Thou show.
We out. Stay in school.